Here's the second part to Chapter 9. We're really going to talk more about some definitions as well as how to represent those things in code. So if you ever do some analysis of phonemes, you can actually write them in a certain rule. So there's new notations for rule writing. Parentheses, brackets, alpha notation, deletion, insertion, metathesis, and reduplication. Parentheses, used for an optional element. So if you look at your notes, there's the parentheses. An example of this is the velarization of L, as in leak or tall becomes the back, bland, could, put, pull, mule, loot, and split. So you can hear the velarization of that L when it's drawn back in certain settings. Braces or brackets, these wonderful things. So you might have two options that happen. So A becomes B when X or Z is in front and then Y is at the end. This happens in velar fronting. So kip or skit, coolt, cool, kid, caned, kin, can, cap. Hear the velar fronting. You're actually moving that up a little bit. It's a little different than the disordered process that I was talking about. It's just moving that tongue up when you produce those sounds. Deletion. There are times that sounds are deleted, and a good one is rhotic versus non-rhotic dialect. We do not have a non-rhotic dialect, but when you hear it, you'll recognize where it's from. A becomes nothing when B is between, or it has nothing behind it. So the rhotic is far, non-rhotic is fa. Striker, strika. Caring, caring. Cared, ked. Park, pock. So think of the accent that goes with that, and I actually think somebody might be studying that for their final project. Insertion, here's the way to do that. Nothing to A is B space. So here's the examples. Baloo. We don't usually put a schwa in between the B and the L, but some people insert that. Tree, climb. So a sound is inserted in certain settings. So when it's inserted, when it's between a B and an ol, maybe. Metathesis is actually the reversal of the order of sounds in a word. So the first word becomes the last sound becomes the first word or sound. Example, asks. You might have X. I'm trying to think, spaghetti does that also. A lot of kids do that. So you do hear that sometimes when people actually switch sounds. Reduplication is when a part of a word is copied and added onto the original word. It is infrequent in English, although it's commonly found in child language data. So when you're looking and studying child's language, they do reduplication on a constant basis. So I don't know if constant basis, but they do it. So it's found more commonly within children.